I ask you questions, and we get, that's the only way we get answers. Okay, and, another thing, so I was looking at that, and when I happened to, go in the ordinance, naturally the biggest thing about wind turbines is noise, right? And so I figured that I better try to learn a little bit about noise, and I tried. I went to meetings and have different things in that. But then I found this letter from RSG to Lake Township Planning Board. I'm sure you've seen this letter, because it comes to the planning board. You know, I'm sure you said, we've gone through it already. You know, I'm sure you have, because it came to the planning board. But in retrospect is, this asks, and it goes through our wind turbine ordinance, our draft ordinance, right? And this is done by an independent company, and this man has credentials as far back as, you know, he's just not a consultant. He is a certified noise expert, you know. And he sent this to us, or to the board. And so I went through it, but then I went back to the meeting, and I can find no place where it was just, I read something that was discussed or bring up to the board on I think on a meeting of the 24th of June. It was in the minutes, but it didn't even say that it come from this gentleman. It came from another gentleman, and so if you look up the minutes of the June 24th, and it doesn't really address the wind, the noise. Now these gentlemen come right here and say that the part of our ordinance doesn't make sense. Part of it, what we're saying we should use to measure wind is not what we should use to measure wind. It doesn't measure wind. And no, that's just something there. And I was just wondering, did the board go through these and check them against our wind?
This company's paid by DTE.
Sure.
It's not independent.
Sure, please, I do not wish to have comments.
I'm sorry, I just can't sit
I'm
back.
sorry, that's the way this thing is going to be run.
Well, apparently.
I'm sorry.
This guy was not
I'm
independent.
sorry, that's the way it's going to be run. Thank you. Now, gentlemen, I understand this was sent by it, but if you notice the back page, if you read back just a comment, I think it was the back page. Oh, not the back page. There's a page right there. Where he comments about the integrity of this report. Where that it's in here. Where I don't know. I must have marked something. No, but it's in here. And now this is an independent company. I'm not saying we have to believe everything he's got in here. But what I'm saying is, did we take what he said is right and what he said is wrong and compare it to our wind draft to see if he is right or if he is wrong? That's the question I wish to ask, ask the board. Because what's the sense of going through something like this if we don't bother checking against to see if he's right or wrong?
Arguing with when we had that meeting at the outdoor center, and a couple of wind guys were, is that where was in that? Yeah.
But see, because it goes page by page, and it tells us exactly what we say in ours and what is right and what is wrong. I'm not saying they're right. I'm not saying we're right. I'm saying we should find out who's right and who's wrong. That's what I'm saying. Did you gentlemen did get this letter?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure we got it.
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure we got it. There's a lot of stuff we're gonna get.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And nobody can keep track of all of it, believe me.
Yeah. June 8th, 2009. We did a wood shop, I don't know if this one and the one the other one we got somewhere.
Yes.
Doable.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all.
Oh, the workshop.
That's right. That's all I'm asking, that we review with the things we get
Yeah,
from independent companies. And I'm not saying
yeah.
not to take it with a grain of salt or not to believe it, not to believe it. But this man does have the credentials, it seems. He's not a fly-by-night, he does seem to have the credentials. And I don't care who hired him, but just because he's hired by somebody else does not make this a lie. I'm saying we keep an open mind and use this and look in our wind turbine draft and compare it and see what is right and what is wrong. And find out who is right and who is wrong.
The county's doing a bunch of studies on all that too, supposedly. County's doing a bunch of studies too, so he's got.
Yes, right, there's, oh, believe me, there's,
Trying to meet in between.
yes, I know everybody's doing a bunch of studies and stuff like that.